There is so much dust in the air here in San Antonio. It is crazy. Now, I know for those who might actually be living in Texas here with me, you know how it is. It's dusty. Everything gets coated with dust in just a couple of days if you have even if you don't have the windows open. Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're doing another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. Come on in. Always good to have new faces and new viewers. All my returning viewers, you know how we go. So let's do it to it, shall we? So today's full review episode is going to be of the Dubliner Irish whiskey. Bourbon cask age, coming in at 40% alcohol by volume. It is a blend of 3-year-old single malt and grain whiskey. Single malt and grain. So the experiences that we've had were good and bad. We'll give you a look at the back end. The Dublin Liberties Distillery, 33 Mill Street in Dublin, Ireland. There you are. Not a whole lot else to look at. So let's go ahead and get the cork pop. There we go. It is a natural cork. Thanks for that, I suppose. Let's go ahead and get this pour on. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Up front. Here we go. The Dubliner Irish. So, a little personal history between this bottle and Mr. Randy. The original bottle that I first seen back in early to mid 2025 when we started doing this channel, this was not the bottle. They revamped the whole image and whatnot for marketing to give it the sort of fresh, new sort of vibe. But I don't know if there was any kind of change in what's in the bottle or if it was just a aesthetic change. They say they use ex-bourbon cask, and there is a single grain and malt. 3-year limits, basic limit on the libation. And like I just said, they revamped the bottle and the label. We've already said it was a Dublin Liberties Distillery, initiated in 2021. And Mr. Randy paid $32.46 out the door for this 80 proofer Irish whiskey. Now, that's pretty much where the notes end and the really reals start to come in. So on the nose, ripe apple, vanilla, and honey. Ripe apple for sure. This is definitely ripe apple. Like a really nice, ripe, crisp, juicy apple, red apple. Oh, that's very nice. It's very prominent, very upfront. Then it smooths out with some vanilla and sweetens up with some honey. That's a very, very beautiful, very nice nose. Ooh. Okay, enough sniffing it. Let's go ahead and get the first initial palating out of the way. Very mellow, very low and relaxed. It has definitely taken a couple steps down from off the rip. For all my new viewers, I do a 3-part series. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first impressions with you because that's what we do. Part 2, where we're at here today, we drink it down halfway, we put the cork back on it, put it on the shelf, let it sit for a week and a half, 2 weeks. We'll come back. Hopefully we have something worth talking about, and we've already done it. That's it. But I'll score it. We continue to drink it because part 3, final pour, thusly named, we'll have the final pour and we'll compare it to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. This is definitely giving me vibes of something you should probably drink sooner rather than later. Even the very short period of time that I give it to do the review system is too long. And I know people out there who will drink a bottle down about halfway or something, and it'll sit on the shelf. And they'll take that next pour like we're doing today, and they'll be like, that's not as good as I remember. And it'll sit like this on the shelf forever. Because why? because it doesn't taste the same as they were, and probably don't even remember what it was like off the rip. It was better than this off the rip, but it was different. This is very nice on the nose. That is a very light, crisp, clean, beautiful nose. On the palate, let's get one more. It's got decent viscosity, and you see there's a difference. The initial palating is much different than when I do the second one. So take your time. Take that first drink, that first sip. Work it. Don't judge it. Just work it. Take in all the information. Record the data. Take notes. And then you move on. So on this second one, the initial part of it was nice. It was juicy. It was enjoyable. But it faltered and it kind of fell flat relatively quickly. There's not a whole lot of longevity and stamina in this whiskey. Not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying, if I had to put this in a category of what to do with it, I would definitely say, if you enjoy very light whiskeys, this might be your bag, baby. But if you like something with a little bit more character, something with a little bit more oomph, this ain't it. This is something I would probably say would be good for a mixer. If you liked, I don't even know what to mix Irish whiskey with anymore. It's been so long. If you want to mix it in soda, I'm not really a soda guy that much anymore. I do drink tonic water. I just might do a little cocktail. There it is. It's a cocktail whiskey. I would definitely say this is probably a cocktail whiskey, or it's a neat sipper for people who like very light, delicate Irish whiskeys with a little bit of that bourbon cask twist to it. Let's go ahead and move on. I'll do this finish and we'll talk about it. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't done this so already, subscribe to the channel. That way when I release these videos, they'll come right to you. Okay. So once again, you get about, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 seconds of relatively nice delight. Then it starts to falter. And then it kind of falls. And it falls flat. And now I'm getting artificial sweetener. I know that's kind of one of the things I've been on lately, is detecting these sort of situations, especially with this like saccharin, artificial sweetener. So we're getting a lot of action in the cheeks and the gums, and a little bit of burping too. There's not a whole lot of action going on the very back end. Not really any heat, but a little bit of like tingliness. Just to let you know something's actually going on back there. Lots of gums and cheeks right now. That's probably about it. My score out of this, let's score it. Very light for a sipper. I guess decent for a mixer. $32.46 out the door from my local specs. My score on this is going to be a weak 3 out of 5. Weak 3 out of 5. Here's why. Much better on the first half of the bottle. Actually, I'm going to probably place it on the first third of the bottle. This one right here is where it's going to go. And I'm pretty much saying that the rest of this bottle is not going to get any better. it's just going to pretty much mellow out way too much. My fair price for this, my fair price would be probably about 20 to 25 out the door. I would feel better if I paid no more than 25 out the door for this, because then I'd be like, okay, that's fine for the experience. This is definitely not something I'm going to buy again. I have looked at this bottle. There was another one, I think it was a higher cask strength, because I think there was a red in it somewhere, and I kept thinking that one was this one, because they revamped it, and this bottle, this regular one here, this 40%er, was gone. I guess, I don't know, maybe they revamped it and Specs hadn't picked it up yet, but they did pick up, I think, a stronger strength, cask strength, or something like that. Not too sure. It was a different variation to the Dubliner, and they had that one, but it was like $40-something, 40-something, maybe up towards of $60 for that one. Yeah. So there it is. I guess in the comment section, let me know where you're at. What are you drinking? What's going on in the world of libations around you? Have you had a Dubliner? If you've had this one and you feel the same way as me or not, let's talk about it. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I don't know. I don't know.